is what I excel at. So today's video is going to be an updated version of my keratin hair straightening experience. Now, I made the first video back in September when I got my treatment done, but 7 months have passed, so I can now actually give you a more insightful and a thorough video on this whole experience, treatment and procedure. Now, this is going to be quite a long video, so I have some points jotted down that I need to mention. Another thing is, I know this is an ASMR video and people usually put ASMR to play in the background when they're falling asleep or etc. However, I will be inserting pictures and videos in this video, so if you are watching this for educational purposes, then I would recommend you actually watch the full video and not just have it playing in the background. But again, that is completely up to you. So I will break this video down into 4 rough sections. Number 1 is I will outline the reasons behind getting this procedure and my experience with it, my personal experience. Number 2 is I will outline the actual procedure and the process, what the hairdresser actually did. Number 3 is I will talk about the mistakes that you need to avoid if you are getting this treatment done. And number 4 is going to be my final thoughts and whether I recommend this to people or not. Now, this is going to be quite important, so if you are thinking of skipping that, then I would recommend you just fast forward to the very end and listen to my experience. If you don't have the time to watch the whole video, you need to watch the end of it. Okay. I don't know why, but I feel quite hyper today. I feel like the hype levels are more elevated than usual. I should really do deep breathing before starting ASMR videos, to slow myself down. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this video because we are already nearly 6 minutes into the video, which I will be cutting, by the way. I would like to start off by saying that before getting this treatment done, I had never ever done anything to my hair. I never colored it and I never put a chemical treatment into it. So for my 27 years of age, you could say that I had virgin hair. I was never tempted to bleach it or color it, never went through the crazy phase that teenagers go through. The most drastic thing I ever done was to chop up my hair very short, Alice Cullen from Twilight style, and have it spiky, which was really cool. But I am really happy to have my hair long again, as I find that it's more feminine and just suits me better. Another reason why I never dabbled or experimented with random things in my hair is because I'm somebody who's very careful with what they eat, ingest, put on their skin and put on their hair. I really like to preserve the natural look and I do not want to damage my hair prematurely. So that is why I said no treatments for me. However, the reason I decided to undergo this drastic procedure, and I'm saying drastic because it is very drastic and I will delve into that later in the video, but I live in Valencia in Spain and the summers get very hot, and hot summer means frizzy as fuck hair. I couldn't hack the frizz. I mean, who can hack the frizz? I don't know, but I could not hack the frizz. My hair was horrendous. It was like an old abandoned wig that you find in the garage. That's been there since Halloween. Like, that was my hair. So after looking online for some solutions, and I tried a few solutions, I tried spraying my hair with apple cider vinegar and water. I tried washing my hair in fermented rice milk. Nothing worked. Like, internet, why do you lie to me? Nothing worked. And then I came across keratin hair straightening treatment. I was quite dubious. I was hesitant. I was cautious. I didn't want to resort to any chemical treatments, but a solution had to be presented. So after a lot of deliberating, I reluctantly started doing a more in-depth research into this. I eventually contacted a girl who lives nearby from Valencia, and she actually got the treatment done. Now, this girl was super happy with it. She couldn't stop singing praise about it, and she recommended me the place that she actually went to. So I was like, right, I'm gonna bite the bullet and just do it. And I did, and I have to say, I could not be happier with the results. And I'll tell you why now. So the procedure itself it took about 4 hours because I have a lot of hair and it's very long. And I found it very traumatic because of the amount of heat that had to be applied to each strand of hair. Now, when the hairdresser applied the product, she then had to wait for the required amount of time. Then she washed off the product, and the scary part came when she had to use a hair straightener and straighten each and every single strand of my hair 13 times. Now, just to show you what I mean, she would get a piece or a strand this thin, it's absolutely nothing, this thin, and she would pass the hair straight, she would clamp it down, and she would clamp it at the very, very root, clamp it down, and pass the hair straightener down 13 times. Do you know what 13 times is? And the heat and the smoke and the fumes that was coming out of my head. I was traumatized. I was like, if my hair could scream, it would be screaming. I was silently praying to God on my knees, apologizing to my hair for what I was subjecting it to. Now, the poor hairdresser, actually there was 2 of them, they had to rotate between each other because their hands were getting really tired from this constant like clamping and pulling. I don't blame them at all. I have to mention that not everybody is gonna have it done 13 times, as my hair was virgin, very healthy and strong. They were able to do it 13 times. If your hair is dyed, bleached, or has been previously subjected to a chemical treatment, they're not going to do it 13 times because they're just going to break off your hair. I think it is more common to do 7 or 6 times, but like I said, virgin hair and healthy hair, you are able to put more heat onto it. The cost of this whole thing, I can't remember, and I'm very honest here, I don't remember exactly, but I think it was about €300. Now, I did pay more because I had more hair, therefore more time, therefore more product. The hairdresser told me the transition is very smooth. You know, if I had curly hair, maybe you would see a bit of curl here and straight here. The hair that was actually treated, I have to say I'm very surprised. I did not expect it to last that long. And I have the little brochure here. It says that the treatment lasts for up to 4 months. Sorry, for 4 months or more. Like 4 months is the average, and if it lasts you for more, well, that's a bonus. But when they say more, you'd expect more to be like an extra month, not extra 3 months. I genuinely think this is gonna be like this for the next three or 2 months. While the procedure itself was quite traumatic for me, once that was over, there was absolutely no hassle. I will say though that a few weeks after the treatment was done, my hair sometimes had this, I would get a whiff of plastic off my hair, especially after I wash my hair or while I was washing my hair. Basically, if your hair got wet, that chemical would be activated again and you could smell it, which was quite unpleasant. Now, the hairdresser gave me a few tips that you should follow if you want this treatment to last you for longer, which I followed, and I think this is why, you know, it's still working. Tip number 1 is use natural products on your hair. So that is natural shampoos and natural conditioners. Now, I already made a video not too long ago about the shampoos and the conditioners that I use and that I used before getting this treatment, so I didn't have to make any changes there. But you do need to use natural hair products because the more chemicals you use, well, it strips off the effect. Now, the way I choose what products are natural and not natural is by simply downloading the Yuka app. It's free, it's easy to use, and it gives you a score out of 100 on how natural the product is. So before I buy any shampoo or hair product or face product or makeup product, I just scan it on the Yuka app, and if it's giving me a good score, I buy it. If it's giving me a bad score, I ditch it. Simple as. That's number 1. Tip number 2 is that you should try and avoid getting your hair wet in swimming pool water and in seawater. Now, that was a little bit of an inconvenience for me because just after getting this treatment done, like the week after, I went to Ibiza and I couldn't really, you know, jump off boats or go splashing in the sea. No, I still did that. I still jumped off boats, but instead of jumping off, I just slowly descended into the water. To be honest, it didn't bother me much. I think it bothered other people more than it bothered me. They were like, oh, come on, get in the water with us, or like, dip your head into the water. And I'm like, nah, I can't. You know, generally speaking, I don't like getting my hair wet in the seawater anyway, because yeah, you enjoy jumping in and, you know, having fun splashing around, but seawater makes my hair horrible, and then afterwards you have to wash it and it's just too much hassle. And as I am somebody who likes to wash their hair as rarely as possible, once every 4 or 5 days, well, you know, I'd rather not get seawater into my hair. So what I usually do is, when I'm at the beach, I'm in the sea, I would pull back my hair, make a bun, or even put on like a bandana or a headscarf and have my fun that way. Like I said, it didn't really bother me too much. Like, the inconvenience was 1 out of 10. It bothered other people more than it bothered me. Russia, we have a saying. It's gonna wait for the airplane to pass. It roughly translates. Still hasn't passed. Just playing with my hair. Can you see it? I wonder, is the camera strong enough to pick up this? In the Russian language, we have a saying, "Красота требует жертв," and this roughly translates into beauty requires sacrifice or suffering, something along those lines. So that is a sacrifice that I took. If you want to see a more in-depth video on the hair products that I use, then click onto the link in the description, and I will also try and link it to this video. I don't know how to do that yet, but I will figure it out. So now I'm going to talk about the mistakes that you need to avoid if you want to make this treatment as long lasting as possible. Number one is what I mentioned already. Do not use Pantene Pro V, L'Oreal. Do not use Herbal Essence. Do not use Tresemme. All of these commercially made shampoos, they will strip the product out of your hair and your results will start diminishing quite quickly. And number two is, this is so important and I cannot stress this enough, do not think about doing this yourself. No, do not. Now, I'm the kind of girl who does everything herself, whether it's my eyebrows, my waxing, my hair removal, everything and anything, well, except my nails. I get my nails done in a salon because it's ridiculously cheap. It's like €10 a month and she does a pretty good job at it, so I'm just gonna leave it to the professionals. However, like whether it's getting my brows laminated, I do everything myself. Number one, it's costly to get it done always in a salon, and number two, you watch a YouTube tutorial and you learn how to do it. It's pretty simple. And I actually looked into doing this keratin straightening treatment myself. So I watched some YouTube videos. I even found some products on Amazon. But thank God I did not go down that route, because once I was in the salon, in the chair, and I was watching the hairdresser do it, I realized they had to rotate because not a hope in hell that I could emulate her. Arms kept on getting tired from the constant pulling of the hair straightener, like I said before. Now imagine if you're doing it yourself for 4 hours like this. No, it's not gonna work. Your arms are gonna die. And number three, number four, but reason number two is she had to clamp the straightener very close to the actual scalp, like to the extent that it actually hurt a bit. And she had to be very meticulous, almost pedantic, and pedantic is what you want your hairdresser to be. You are not going to be as meticulous as the hairdresser, so just don't even try it. Your arms are going to get tired, you are going to start slacking, and you just won't be able to reach all the parts on your head. Like, no. I already know that people are thinking, no, it's fine, I can do it myself. Don't even think about it. And if you have done it, please leave a comment and let me know how that went, because I don't think that was a good experience. If you are gonna do it yourself, you might as well just shave off your hair, girl, because you're about to cause some if you have other type of hair, maybe it's not going to work for you. I don't know. Just leave this to the professional. Are you a professional? If yes, then go girl. If not, then don't go girl. Listen to me. I will never give you bad advice. And lastly, my friends, now guys, I am extremely happy with the way this turned out for my hair. In the past 7 months, all I do is I wash my hair once every 4 days. I let it dry naturally. I don't even blow dry it. I don't blow dry it straight. I used to have to blow dry it straight. Now I don't. I just towel dry it and I let it dry naturally, and my hair is silky smooth and it's heavenly. I don't have to worry about frizz. I don't have to worry about different hairstyles. It's, even when I put on a hair bobble, and previously the hair bobble would leave a mark on the hair when it's taken off, that doesn't happen. My hair is chemically straightened, which, I will not lie, freaks me out a little bit, because imagine the pressure and the stress that the hair follicles had to be subjected to for it to chemically change the structure of my hair, right? Which leads me to the last part is, do I recommend this, and should you consider it getting for yourself? Now, it worked really well for me, and I would probably get it done again. However, this is something that needs to be considered on an individual basis. If you are somebody who cuts their hair, dyes their hair, bleaches their hair, changes the style every few weeks, if your hair is a physical outward manifestation of your creative self, and you just, you don't mind what happens to your hair, you're a fun person who experiments with cuts and colors, etc., by all means, get it done. I think you will like it. If you're somebody like me who is very cautious, who has virgin hair, who has good quality hair that they do not want to damage, I wouldn't jump too quickly into getting this procedure done. I would try out other alternatives, see if they work, and see if you actually need to get this done. The reason I got it done is because I live in a hot climate where my hair was a complete frizz ball. It was ugly AF. Are you in a climate that makes your hair frizzy? If not, why get it done? You can achieve this straightness by just straightening your hair a few times a week, a few times a month. It's not necessary to get it done, and I think you're ultimately doing less damage to the hair, because like I said, sitting in that hairdresser's chair and watching your hair being tortured, it was subjected to a violent beating, you need to consider it. It worked extremely well for me. Some people reported that once the product wears off, that they feel that the hair has been somewhat damaged. My hair, I don't think that's going to be the case with my hair, because 7 months, it's still going strong, and my hair feels as healthy and as hydrated as it did. Even more hydrated than before. So I have a feeling that it's working wonders for me. When